think Mommy's gonna have one of these ones because they look really decadent.
I wonder what.
Which one are you having, Pete?
No, not. Probably one of the chocolate ones.
No.
We still are moving forward with surgery number 2.
I got my toque. I got my giant winter coat. I've got boots because it's like -12 outside. I got my water. We are good to go, and I don't want to. All right, hooligans. All right, hooligans. Mommy. Daddy. Say we're gonna go pick Daddy up at the mechanics because he's gonna get his car fixed.
We're not crawling up.
Up, big up, big up. Hi.
Where's Mom?
You wave at Mommy?
Hi,
Mommy.
Mommy. We're melting.
Where are you going?
We're melting. Down, up, down, up, down, up.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Can you sit on your bum,
Can you
please?
sit, please?
Yeah.
Let's sit. Felix, sit, please.
Can you sit down?
Sit.
Loosh.
Sit.
No.
Sit.
I don't know what that light switch does, buddy.
That way.
Oh, lovely. Hey, you. You say hi? Are we all done? Good job. All right, let's go in the elevator.
All right, let's move. Come on, in.
Mommy.
Hey, Mom.
Can you say it?
I have 2 of them.
Say mommy. Can you say it? Say mommy.
Want to see my tail? I want to see my tail.
Are they best buds? Is one you and one me? Can I be the one with pink hair?
Yeah. Yes. I'm Flash. Yeah.
Are there 2 of them?
Yeah.
No, Casper has Flash.
Oh, I thought.
You say mommy.
Yummy.
Mommy. I love you.
Oh, yeah.
I love you. I love you.
Okay.
Oh my God, yeah.
What'd you get first?
Happy Meal.
Is it delicious?
Yeah.
Is it happy?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Which one are you having, Casper?
Oh my gosh, wild cupcake sighting. Look at these
it's
guys.
like a chocolate drizzle that you can put on top. Casper's having this one. I think Mommy's gonna have one of these ones because they look really decadent.
I wonder what.
Which one are you having, Pete?
No, not. Probably one of the chocolate ones.
No.
So all the chocolate ones are gonna be gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Bye, gone.
Do you think Felix will have the white chocolate raspberry or a lemon raspberry?
I think you'll have like half of something. Yeah, you eat. You eat it. Eat it. Yeah, I know you're a party animal. Eat it. Finish your dinner, then you can get a treat. Who's that be?
You're a messy moo.
I'm not putting any ketchup on my cup.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Have a drink, drink, drink. Have a drink, drink, drink. Have a drink. Come on, birthday. Another.
I thought we were
Have
having
a drink.
we were having
Well,
cupcakes.
And maybe we get
Another.
cupcakes on the 12th when
Another. There we go.
some Uncle staying.
Yeah, all done. Yeah, all done.
No.
Oh, no. No, we're all done, my friend.
Casper,
Give it-
you just ate all the icing off.
Give it a minute. Technically, give it 5 minutes, and then I have bonus for you.
Do you mean meds?
Mad, guys.
Yeah, Felix knows. Where's your meds at?
Tomorrow, my friend, tomorrow's going to be a red letter day. We're going to go from 2 to 3.
Hi, Messy Moo. Oh, coming at me. Look at those little chiclets. Look at those little chiclets. Yeah, chiclets.
We were going to.
Felix is starting that new medication tomorrow.
Ooh.
I don't remember, actually.
Is it good? Oh, Peter, look at him. Yeah.
What do you think it's
Hi.
called? What the
I have
heck is that?
loxapine in my head. But
When I have my camera sitting up on like the dash, that it's gonna fall if I like go on it, if I turn or if I go over a bump. Oh my god. So we're going to the grocery store. Happy birthday to me. But as you could see earlier in the day, it was a day. And it looks like tomorrow I'm going to be driving Peter to work and picking him up. So that is also fun. It's going to be great. Alright, what do I want from Starbucks? It's my birthday. I get a free treat.
Hi. It's my birthday today, so I'm gonna do the thank you. Happy birthday! Yay! I'm gonna do the free birthday drink.
Okay.
I just have no idea what I want. Do you have any recommendations?
There are espresso shots and a whole bunch of whipped cream.
You know, I have 3 children. That might just be the way to go. Let's do like a venti decaf something with salted caramel.
Do you want to do like maybe a chai with the salted caramel cold foam?
Sure, let's do that.
That was kind of lengthy, but we made it.
Oh, we were at the hospital all day. My middle guy had a neurology checkup.
What I did for you is I did the chai.
Yeah.
I put caramel around the cup.
Okay.
And I put caramel on top as well. Perfect.
Awesome. Friends, cheers. Have a good one.
We had planned on stopping at Costco after being at the hospital today. I say planned, like it was like super loose plans, super loose birthday plans to go to the hospital and then to go to Costco to pick up like fruit and a big thing of eggs because eggs are so GD expensive right now. Sorry you're bouncing around. But we also need baby food pouches because I only have 4. If you saw one of my last videos, I only have 4 of the silicone pouches. So that's obviously not enough to keep feeding my children like on the regular. I'm just hoping that it'll kind of like help. I need to make more food for them to go in those pouches right now. So that's on the to-do list. But I said to Peter, I'm like, the grocery order is predominantly baby food because Bean's doing really well with like eating stuff, but he's still picky. He's doing better at not gagging on everything. So like that's good. Anyways, so we didn't make it to any of those places because we got to the hospital. Our appointment was for 10 o'clock in the morning. It was supposed to be 2 in the afternoon, but because it was a little bit more intense of a situation, Peter had requested that it get moved up so that he would be able to attend as well. Because otherwise I would be taking Felix and Augie by myself and Peter would have to leave work early. Because if the appointment was at 2, Casper's bus comes at 3. Like comes home at 3. So I would be getting them there for 2 o'clock for the appointment. And then Peter would basically be leaving work 5 minutes after I got there, 10 minutes after I got there in order to make it home in time to pick Casper up from the bus, which I mean is just ridiculous. So they were great. They moved the appointment because there was the understanding that like it's not just a regular checkup. And Peter was able to attend. It was at 10 in the morning. Completely screwed up everybody's naps. And by everybody, I mean Bean, because Felix isn't technically supposed to nap anymore. He only slept like maybe 15-20 minutes on the way there because God forbid we fall asleep the moment the car starts moving. And now that would be convenient. And I was unable, because the parking lots are so, like we parked with Peter's transponder in the parking garage. The parking lots are so freaking busy and full that there's no space. So like trying to get Bean out of the car, I just need to make sure I'm not too close to this post. Meow. There we go. To try to get Bean out of the car and keep him asleep. Good luck. I need to pause here though because I need to call, oh, it's so bright. Call the grocery store to let them know that I'm here. Yeah, so we got there at 10. And the appointment was for 10. So we got there like before 10. But like we registered, we waited. And then like the doctor came out and was like, oh, like I'll be with you guys in a little bit or something. And we were like, okay. So then she went into another room. Like I guess that she was still like, they were stuck with a patient. So like they were trying to like suss things out. And Peter and I both work in hospitals. So, like we know how it is. And if that were our kiddo or like ourselves, obviously you don't want to feel rushed and you don't, anything like that. Like you don't want to feel like you're getting just like shuffled on out the door. The neurologist didn't come in to see us until almost noon. The appointment was for 10. So we've got me and Peter in like a sizable room, but with a Felix who doesn't listen, doesn't understand, is getting cagey, and a Bean who just wants to crawl around. So did we let him crawl around on the floor? Yes, we did, because what are you gonna do? Just clean his hands after. And like they were fine, but it was like just, it's irritating. Like even though you know that they're not doing it to just like get your goat or whatever, it's irritating. So our social worker eventually, because we felt bad, like she's just like sitting there chatting with us, and like she was so good with Felix, like trying to like keep him preoccupied, because like obviously like I'm like on and off nursing Augie and like trying to keep him happy and not screaming. And we're talking with her about everything that's happening with Felix. And she was like, we feel bad. We're like, do you, like, if you need to go, like, don't feel obligated to, like, stay here with us. And she was like, no, this is how it is. Like, it's okay. So she was like, I'm just going to go check on them. So she went and she, like, checked on the doctor. Of course, at this point, like, at one point, the nurse brought us in the room and was, like, just asking stuff and, like, weighed Felix and everything. And then the fellow came in and talked to us for a while. And it was like, oh, here comes the grocery lady. I have to go. Hold on. Oh, so where was I? Right, I was taking so long. And the fellow was talking, like, everyone was talking about his sleep. I mean, like, I get it. Because, like, if you followed along on this saga, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, of ours for any length of time, you know that Felix and sleep is, like, just not a thing. Don't mind me. I'm staring at my backup camera so I don't smash into anything. Not that it's terribly busy up in here, but you know, safety first. So the fellow's like, so how's his sleep been? And we're like, it's been better. Like ever since we switched to the dual release melatonin, like 5 milligrams fast release, 5 milligrams delayed release, it's been better. I wouldn't say it's like perfect, but it's been better. So then she's like, so, you know, like we can work to improve his sleep or something. And Peter, ever the diplomat, was like, please explain to me how you're going to help us work on his sleep. Please. Because it's like, I know it's coming from a good place, but like, he is also autistic. It's not just the seizures. But when we asked, like, okay, like, well, what are you suggesting? Like, what do you suggest we do to improve his sleep? She's like, oh, well, you know, we could, like, cut out sugar or cut down on sugar. And I wanted to be like, I'm sorry, what the hell do you think I'm feeding my child? And we were like, well, he doesn't really get a lot of sugar. And most especially in the afternoon and evening. Like, I mean, I don't know what other people feed their children. But we don't really have candy in the house because like Peter and I aren't really big candy eaters. Chocolate, 100%. There is always a stash, or almost always a stash, of emergency Kit Kats. I suggest you get some for yourself because they're fantastic. What are they? They're literally just Kit Kats you keep for emergency purposes. Felix doesn't chew properly, right? Like he still doesn't quite know how to chew. He has zero impulse control, most especially when it comes to food. So like we don't just like let him like nosh on like jubes and candy and crap. They don't drink juice. Like, we have orange juice unless I'm making them fruit smoothies, like at which point I'm doing like spinach and fresh and frozen fruit, and sometimes I will use orange juice depending on the fruit content. It's like he gets like pouches and stuff which tend to have fruit in them, but those are usually like a morning at like breakfast time. They get usually waffles and fruit, and then at daycare, he eats well at daycare. You usually just have water, which it's already a struggle getting Felix to drink anything. So I did pick up some of those like Mios that you squirt in the water to, to like flavor the water and whatever, just to see if that would entice him to drink anything. And it's not really working all that well, but you know, we do our best. And like occasionally they'll get chocolate milk. And I'm saying like once in a blue moon, because it just doesn't cross our minds to be like, do you want chocolate milk with dinner? Usually Casper will be like, can I have chocolate milk today? And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. So I'll make some for Felix. But I don't know, like once every other week or something, because they just drink water. Or if you're Felix, you just don't drink anything. And then dinner is usually like a meat item and veggies and possibly rice or noodles or something, but like not even super frequently. Like I would say we do rice the most, because Casper doesn't like mashed potatoes or potatoes. He likes sweet potatoes. But like just the frustration of like, I'm sorry, you want us to cut out sugar? What sugar? Like what sugar? So we explained all of that to her, and she was like, oh, okay, wow, he really doesn't like eat like candy and stuff like that. And we're like, no, he doesn't know how to chew properly. Like, what? Like, look at the chart. Familiarize yourself with the patient before you start suggesting things. You know? Do you know? I don't know. Is anyone in healthcare here? So that was a little bit frustrating. And then there was just the whole hullabaloo of like everything we were anticipating with this conversation, just because of the impression I got from the conversation I had on the phone with the neurologist. And then it turns out it wasn't really like that. So kind of going for this appointment seemed a little bit useless. And I say that in the nicest possible way. But like, what did we learn today that couldn't have been said over the phone? Not much. So we discussed what our next steps are. The timeline of things is very much up in the air. There's no urgency because he's improved so much, but also we still are moving forward with surgery number 2. It's just not going to be happening like tomorrow. So they're talking about possibly like this time next year, which is like, great, I'll be back at work. So the first surgery, I was early stages of maternity leave because Augie was only like 4 months old. And so now they're talking about this time next year. So it's almost been a year since his first surgery. Can you believe it? It's almost been a year. And he's made all these amazing improvements, which is like legit, so many. And then they want to do another MRI. So they're talking about, or they have, sorry, I just have to back into my house here. They have put in a request for an MRI at Sick Children's Hospital in Toronto. Ooh, I did not organize myself well for this. I don't think I lined myself up very well. Hold on. Because I'm yammering. But so we're just waiting because it's a sedated MRI, obviously, because he doesn't stay still and he doesn't understand instructions. So we are just waiting to hear from Sick Kids, but obviously there's a wait for these kinds of things. Oh my god, there's so much ice on my driveway. So it's gonna be probably a few months, and they're fine with that because they're thinking like, okay, well, that's perfect. It'll be about like a year out from when he had surgery. And what they're hoping to get with the MRI is a really good look at the lesion in his brain. And they're hoping, as I strangle myself here, they're hoping, who's messaging me? Oh, sweet baby Jesus. They're hoping that with the MRI from Sick Kids, because they have a better machine, they have stronger magnets, they're hoping that they will get, I'm talking to my camera.
Hello, camera.
Peter's getting a groceries. But they're talking about wanting to see how big the lesion is. You're getting great lighting. It's like I'm telling a spooky story, Pete. They're talking about like trying to figure out how big the lesion is and how much, if any, what if any impact to the motor cortex it has. So they can't tell me anything about surgical outcomes of a left frontal lobe resection until they do the MRI and then they can see kind of what their margins are. The hope is that it is far enough away from the motor cortex on that side that they'll only have to do a 1-part surgery. But Peter and I figure, with our luck, it's going to include part of the motor cortex, at which point they will have to do a 2-part surgery, which means likely a 4-week stay, if not more, in the hospital because they will have to do mapping, meaning they'll have to crack him open, put electrodes directly on his brain, seal him up, wait for a week or possibly 2 weeks to see, like to map like all of his motor functions and then make a plan. So let's all pray that it doesn't come to that. But for now, that's pretty much all I have. So I'm going to go and help Peter get the rest of these groceries inside. I'm going to enjoy my birthday cupcake and my Starbucks beverage. I will see you next time.